Greetings everyone and welcome to a tour of my castle in Conan Exiles, the Viper's Neck. About 3 weeks ago I had made an update video for my channel after coming back after a long hiatus during the summer, and I had mentioned in that video that I wanted to show you guys something that I've been working on that was pretty special. And this is that something. This is my castle in Conan Exiles. This is the Viper's Neck. It's a project that's taken probably about a month of build time, and I've had a lot of help from a few of my friends. One of my friends in particular, I'll call him Randy. He really did help me quite a lot putting this together. So, without further ado, let's get started on the tour. We are currently inside the keep structure of the castle. And I figured I'd start here because it'll be the quickest part to get through, most likely. This is going to be a two-part series, most likely. I'm going to show the castle by day and also the castle by night. I think it looks just as cool day or night, and there'll probably be a bit of time that we have to kill in between those two periods. So, anyway, within the keep, we're currently in the Great Hall right now, and we have the front entryway here with some animal trophies, as well as my two bearers, Dono Thelpup, Do Not Help Up, as well as Ina the Light, who helped me carry wood and stone. We also have some drums to announce visitors' presence, tapestries, and various other things. Coming in a little further, we have the fire pits, where I cook most of my food, with my two cook thralls, which are Nash the Hungry and Enos the Gobbler. By the way, disclaimer, in case you haven't already noticed, the ass and titties. There's a lot of ass and titties in this game, and that's your forewarning, I guess. Why is my cook standing up? That is T-pose. What are you doing? I can't access these tables right now because it'll glitch out the current settings I have. But yeah, I have dancing girls. They're naked, not safe for work. In case you haven't figured that out already, hopefully your boss hasn't come in by now and caught you in the act. We have tables with plenty of chairs for guests. I've recently updated the... yeah, she's not dancing for some reason. She's just standing on the table. I've recently updated the tableware, and so that's done. The keep overall won't take long to go through. It's mostly the first floor that's been furnished, so I've been dragging my heels on decoration. Decorating is pretty hard in this game. It's pretty time-consuming and tedious, but yeah. Over here I have the throne, which is at the back of the castle. I can strike a pretty cool pose if I was to sit in it. You look just like Conan. It's pretty neat. Destined to wear the jeweled crown of Raglandia upon a troubled brow. And all that jazz. Around are some of my various chests with thralls, which are the slaves, soldiers, and whatever I'm stockpiling, as well as treasure. I'm going to do a clockwise kind of tour of the place. So starting in here, we have the Artisan and Armory, where I have my two Armorer's benches with Zora of the Marshes, as well as Ark and Broken Fingers, working the Armorer's benches, and subsequently followed by Poskor Nimble Fingers on my my Artisan table. I have storage for wood and stone, as well as various other crafting materials to make armor, and also decorations are stored in here, anything that I've pre-made or found throughout the world. Not a terribly decorated building, but it suits its purpose for now. Like, I'm going to have to overhaul the interior at some point. Maybe I'll show the place again once that's done, but for now I'm just going to go through this quickly. We have the kitchen and pantry here. We have some grinders, various amphoras kicking around here with the foodstuffs in them. Bragras the baker on the stove here, as well as Vitessa the potent in the back. Just some food in there. I've got benches, some kegs for people to drink. In here we have the tannery and pole turner, which is the carpenter's benches and the tanner's. Man, it would stink to high heavens in here in real life, but yeah, it's... On here we have Eric Strong in the arm, as well as Sigyn the woodworker. And here is Valenzo de Rain and Inigo the Vengeful. And I did not kill his brother. I've taken him captive many, many times, so I guess he'd probably tell me to prepare for death by now. In here is leatherworking equipment and stuff like that. Moving swiftly on, we have the buttery, which is kind of a useless room. It's just one for looks. This is where I store the booze. There's also oil presses in here that that I press fish to put into barrels. Well, not barrels in reality, but I use it to fuel the fires and the forges in the various places. So it's a nice little setup. It looks like you would store alcohol here, so I put some time into that room. Going here, we have the stairs upstairs, as well as the torturer's workbench with Belly the Breaker, I believe, is working that. And we have a random Wheel of Pain back here with a thrall moving round and round as they do. There's some healthy groans that come out of that room. Got to announce my presence. Going by the thrones, some gongs. I've got another dancer who is not performing her duties. Looks like she needs to be whipped into shape. Retheros the Burdened is in here, another one of my unique bearers. Another Wheel of Pain. This is the Wheel of Morality, I called it. As well as armor storage and weapon storage, spare weapons. And here we have the well room. All castles need a well room. It's for me to drink out of if I need to. If I'm in a siege or something, we won't run out of water too quickly. Moving on is the Wheel of Fortune. Most of the Wheels of Pain inside here I don't use. In here is also Farron of the Wild Coast, another bearer, and Heseth Planeswalker. Both unique bearers. Past here we have the brewery, which is very similar to the buttery, where the barrels are stored, except we have some brewing kegs here, so when I make the alcohol, it goes from this room to the buttery to be stored. And lastly, we have the Hammer and Bellows, which is basically the forge. It's not exactly as I'd like it. We've got weapons hanging on the walls. We've got furnaces here with Idris Spark Eyes, as well as Dea Lead Drinker. We have Hayam Hammerhand working the actual forge, as well as Arbeth of Akbitan, I believe his name is. And finally, rounding it up by the alchemist sitting here is... God, what the hell's his name? I don't really remember his name. He's the one from the volcano. Anyway, I'll have to remember that. Stored here are various iron bars and steel bars and whatever else I need for metalworking. Most of the time I'm using it to make building materials, though. This T-pose is really bothering me. I better move on. Let's go upstairs. The tables over here are also slightly different. They've got paperwork on them and whatever that would be needed for administration. Let's go upstairs. This is not going to take long. Starting on the second floor, most of the rooms are still empty, as well as the main hall. In here, eventually, I want to put a great forge, because I have quite a few unique thralls that I don't have deployed yet. This is the alchemy room. Originally, this room had windows, as well as every other room on this floor. I put a lot of work into kind of designing a diorama here. I've got two plain Alchemist 3s working the alchemy, and we've got kind of like a bench. Lots of materials for dyes and potions are stored in here. Moving over here, we have access to the walls, the two walls going out from either side of the keep, as well as the harem storage, which eventually I'm going to make a top floor harem at some point on one of the floors. I believe there are 5 floors to this keep, including the ground floor. So there's this floor is the second. We've got another 2 or 3 going upwards. Let's go up to the third floor, which is the bedroom floor. Again, it's not terribly furnished in the main part of it, but the bedrooms are pretty well done. This is my friend Does' room, his old room, before he moved out. And some of his thralls are still here. Got a bed, you know, chests and cabinets and whatever else, a desk. Over here is my room. I have my dancing girls, which are shirking their duties while I'm not in here, I see. As well as my cabinets. You know, a bowl of pillows and all that stuff. It's just... I like the smaller beds myself. I've got a star metal sword on the wall there. As well as, you know, a nice little teapot. Tea set, whatever. I imagine this is pretty dizzying sometimes, the amount of times I'm turning around in mid-flight, but that's fine. This is my friend Tex's room, and he's got a bunch of unique dancers in here. Oyvind Talltree, Thunmerki the Dramatist, and Daniel the the seductive. And for some reason these ones are wearing clothes they're not supposed to be, but the models have glitched out. There are quite a few bugs in Conan Exiles. He's got some chests, he's got a privacy screen, as you can see. Continuing along, we have my friend Brewer's bedchamber, who has moved out as well. He has his own place. He was a cannibal at one point, so I kind of set him up a nice little shrine here to eating people. And he's got dancing girls as well. His room is a little bit more grandiose. He's got his barrel with some booze. Private tap, as it were. Further along, we have my friend Randy's chamber. It's the newest addition to our cadre in Conan Exiles, but it's been a very big help to me building this castle overall. Pretty much the entire conversion to the Tier 2 stonework that you see on here is his doing, with me doing a bit myself here and there. But he helped me a lot. I paid him well for it, and we had a nice little trade agreement going on. Trade contract. So, his room has fish on the walls, and yeah, it's just like any of the other ones, really. But that's everybody's rooms. That's everybody's bedrooms. Let's go upstairs, continue going upstairs. There's nothing really to show you on the next two levels. There's this level, which has nothing in it yet. It's kind of bare bones. Same with this level, so it looks like there are 5 levels total, and at the very top, we come to the top of the keep. And at the top of the keep, it looks like it's already getting dark, and that's unfortunate. But that's okay. That's okay, because I think instead of 2 parts, this video series is going to be cut up into 3. The top of the castle has my shrine of Durketo, which is one of the gods in Conan Exiles, and we have a unique dancer who is not doing her duties yet again. I'm not sure what's going on with that exactly, but Emu of Durketo is a Tier 4 dancer, and she's dancing on the shrine. I kind of tricked this out a little bit and made it pretty. I'll show you it again, perhaps at night, or perhaps during the day. But for now, I'll show you my thralls. I'm going to try and angle the thing down, not to spoil the views, as it were. We've got Duneman the Dragoon. He's one of my unique archers. Hagar Hawkeye, same deal. Lysira, another unique archer. They're all wearing armor appropriate to their nationality, I guess, or their race. Conan. We've got Varpnir, he's another unique archer. Alrin Storm. Yet another one. Konchaka of Hyrcania. Some of them are male, some of them are female. Amarath the Swift. Freya. As well as Lissa the Longbow. And last but not least is Galter of Basonia. We've got a horn. Pretty neat. Guess I need to sound the alarm. And, well, thank you guys for watching part 1 of this series. Stay tuned for part 2 coming up next, where I'm going to show the exterior by day, as well as everything else that I've built in the area, all the other things here and there. I will see you real soon.